Picking up from where we left off in the last video, I'm going to begin to explain every single thing here. So I'm going to delete this and begin to explain everything here step by step, one after the other. So from a blank screen, you're going to have this right now. So let's get into it. I'll start with deleting everything here. So delete to get started. Control S and then reload the page, and everything has gone again. So we're going to start now to build the same thing back to where we were, right? Let's get started. Right, so every HTML5 code, right, because HTML has many versions, what we are going to be using here is going to be HTML5, which is the latest. So every HTML5 code starts with doc type HTML, so a tag. Now let me just say this. I know this whole thing might seem a little daunting, but I can tell you HTML is easy to learn. It is very easy to learn. All you need to do is to stay with me and you're going to understand every single thing. Basically, HTML is about opening a tag and closing a tag. So starting from this lesson, you understand what a tag is and how it works. So how the opening of the tag works and how the closing works. That is basically what HTML is all about. So if you can open a tag and you can close a tag, you've learned HTML. So let me show you, for instance, the first kind of tag we'll be looking at will be the doc type HTML tag. This is a very special tag and it only appears once in a HTML document, very unique. And so it's written like this: the less than sign, right, exclamation mark. Of course, VS Code is already giving you a hint to what you want to type, but then I'm just going to type it out anyway. So you're going to use capital letter and write doc type, right? Then just give a space and write HTML with small letters, HTML, and then greater than sign. And with this, you have started your HTML page, right? So right now, if I save this and if I save this and open it on my browser, you're not going to see anything because we just started it. So let me just save this and open it on my browser and let's see. So I'm going to place the code editor on one side and place my browser on one side so that whatever I do, we'll be able to see clearly. All right, let's do that. So go to the folder where you saved your work, and as you can see, the system automatically understands that this is going to be opened with Chrome. So if that's not the case with you, you can just paste this URL. Yeah, it's going to serve as the URL for us now. Just copy it and paste on your browser, and it's going to open up. However, just double clicking it is supposed to open it. So I'm going to double click this to open it on my browser, right? So I have it index.html open here, but it's still a practically blank page. I'm going to put this on one side and put my code editor on one side. So whatever I do here, it's going to appear on the side of the screen. So let's get started. So with the first tag we're going to look at, or rather now the second, is going to be the HTML tag itself. So every HTML document starts after the doc type. The next thing you put is a HTML tag. So I believe you are beginning to get it, but let me just show you for the first time. Put the less than sign again, but this time no exclamation mark is going to follow it. That's why I said this is a very special tag in HTML. So just put less than sign and simply write HTML, right? All small letters. And if you write it with capital letters, it's going to work. But I like the convention where every tag is written in small letters, right? So I'm going to write HTML, then less than sign. As you can see, automatically it closes it for me. So this is how it looks like. So this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. So HTML, the closing tag is going to be with less than sign with a slash just before the HTML. So basically the same with the opening tag, just that in the second one, that's the closing, you have to put a slash before you write HTML. That's where the browser will know, okay, we have come to the end of this tag. So it's all about structures. So after you've done this, the next thing you're going to do is to tell the browser what language you are going to use, you're going to be using on this page. So just come inside it and give a space and write lang for language. So LANG for language equals to, put a double quote, right? And then write EN, which stands for English, right? So that's what we're going to be using for this. With this, you've started your page. However, even if I save this, I'm still not going to see anything. So let me save this and come over to my browser and reload, right? I'm going to reload this, right? Still nothing shows because we just started it. We've not written anything out on the page, but don't worry, we are getting there. By the way, I just did some a reload right now. I have to do it manually, but then as time goes on, we'll get to it. When we don't have to reload, we're going to use live server or any other stuff to make it work, so such that as soon as we save here, it automatically reloads on this side of the page. So let's continue. The next tag we're going to look at will be the head, right? The head tag. So just press the tab key here, right? Not space, tab, right? And then open the open tag head, just like that, head, and close it. VS Code will automatically close it for you. So I'm going to press enter here because I'm going to put some things inside the tag. So what we're basically saying is, this is my HTML document, right? This is what I want you to read. You're telling the browser I want you to read this, but then start with the header, right? After the header, before we add something to the header, I'm going to show you another one. Then do the type and the body, right? So these are the basic tags that we have. We have the HTML, we have the head, and then we have the body. Everything we are writing in HTML must be either inside the head or inside the body, right? And we're going to see just right now. So what do we write inside the header? Remember, what I'm showing you is the basic structure of HTML, right? The basic structure that every HTML file should have. The first thing I want us to add, we're going to add a tag 2 times, right? As we're going to add a meta tag. Meta tags are used to tell, to describe some more, to give more details about the HTML documents that the browser is reading. So it's not going to be shown on the screen, but the browser will understand it. So for example, we're going to define the character set that we're going to be using, and then we're also going to define the viewport that we're going to be using. That is how much part of the screen that we want our web page to take. Do you want it to take all of the screen and all of that? So to do that, of course, you know how to create a tag now. Open tag meta, right? And then close it. Now, meta tags don't have closing. Just like this is okay for it. These are special tags that we are looking at, but all other tags basically look like this, right? Most of the tags look like this, open and close. There's another kind of self-closing tag where you just add a space here and put a slash, right? But that's not what we are doing yet. We'll get there when we get there. So inside this meta, you will now say, what meta description or data do I want to give with this meta tag? We're going to start with character set. To give the character set, you're going to just write CHR, just char set, basically, right? This way, char set is equal to, just write this the way I'm writing it, don't bother about the description, UTF-8, right? So with this, you've told the browser that this UTF-8 is a particular character encoding system that the browser understands. So don't bother about all of these things, right? These are not things you have to bother yourself about. You just need to know them and write them the way I'm writing them. When we get to the real deal, when it will start appearing on your screen, you will see it. Because actually, if we don't add all of these things, it's still going to show on your screen, right? If we don't add all of these things, it's still going to show on your screen. But I'm giving you this so that you don't just learn things the quack way. We learn it the right way, right? We're going to add a second important meta tag. Then we go over to other things that will now appear on our screen. So press enter and write meta, right? And inside the meta tag, we're going to write name. We're going to name this and call it viewport, right? Viewport. And then write a content for it. So what is going to be, we are telling the browser that this meta tag is supposed to define and describe our viewport. So what do we want to describe it as? Write content, okay, and then begin writing some stuff. So we want to define the width, right, and initial scale, right, the width of our page, an initial scale. How do you do that? Simple. Write width equals to device. So device width. So we want it to take the width of any device, right, that we are on. If you're on the phone, take the width of the phone. If you are on a very large screen, take the width of the large screen. Then also, wherever you are, just have an initial scale, an initial, if I can spell it correctly, an initial scale, right, of 1. That is just normal. This is a normal scale that you have, and that is basically it for the meta tags. And the next thing we need to add, as you can see, when I save this, nothing practically happens, right? But then we're about to start seeing some changes now. So when I change this, we're going to add a special tag also, but this is just the regular format, the title tag, open and close. So I'm going to write less than title, close it, and of course VS Code will do its job and close it for me to make my work faster. And then I'll give it a name. So now I want to give the page a name. Now look up here. As you can see here, you can see index.html, right? Index.html. Now we want to put a name here so that the user can see, okay, what page am I visiting. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to give it the title, the name, my first web page. So my first web page, right? Just like this. So if I save this and reload, you're going to see the name, this index.html will change to my first web page. So reload, and automatically it's appearing here. Whoa, you started coding, right? Beautiful. You started coding. So let's get right into some other things, because I don't want these videos to get too long. I want to keep them as short as possible, right? So in this, the body tag, now we are done with the head part for now. There are many things we could add here, but then this is the basic we need. On the body part, we're going to add 2 tags, as a heading tag rather, and a paragraph tag. So a heading, also maybe you want to write a heading, then a paragraph for it. So how do you do that? You're going to use a h1 tag. So h1, of course, is a tag for, right? This is the biggest size. There is h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. Now, all of them are different sizes. So for this one, we're going to start with h1, and the h1 actually should start all your documents, right? That way, web crawlers, as all these Google and Bing, will know that this is the title of the page. So, and it should only appear once on your page. These are SEO stuff, but then you should know them. Just write welcome to my website. That's all you need to write here. Welcome to my website. Cool. Now when you save this, this is going to jump out on your screen. Control S to save and reload this. Whoa, welcome to my website. Now you have yourself a brand new website, right? You are now a web developer. I think you can pat yourself at the back because you've done something great. We're getting to this point. So the next thing we want to do is to add the paragraph. Just like as you would guess, a P tag. So P, opening tag of P, then it close. Then you can type whatever you want. So I'm going to type, this is a paragraph of text. So this is a paragraph of text, right? So I'm going to press Control S rather, and reload. Here you have it. This is a paragraph of text, and this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So we can now add heading, and we can add paragraph to our pages. All right, that brings us to the end of this video, and I'm glad you got to this point. If you got to this point, then you are ready to go on to the next one. If you got any values from this video, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post the next video. And I will see you in the next one.